I'm Camila and this is the M3 Radio Independent News. In Baghdad, troops discovered what they described as a torture chamber. While it's difficult to say if it was used by Saddam, militias or in the Persian Porn Pigs Baghdad Bondage 16, we do know it contained 150 artillery shells. Military officials stated, had this gone off, the damage would have been extensive. They then blew up the building. Am I the only one smelling the irony here? A story can write itself. The illiteracy level of our children are appalling. Our enemies never stop thinking of ways to harm our people, and neither do we. My critics underestimated me. These pearls of wisdom poured forth from the President of the United States. Even Hollywood couldn't come up with this numbnut nuclear narrative because you can't make this goof up. Here is the Shawshank Redemption. A death row prisoner requested his last meal be a vegetarian pizza and donated to a homeless person. The Tennessee prison refused because it doesn't donate to charities. He was executed, but homeless shelters received hundreds of pies from as far away as Michigan after a radio station reported the story. The inmate was homeless when arrested. The end. This is from my Red Shoe Diary. At her parents' request, a Washington hospital performed a hysterectomy on severely disabled 9-year-old girl to stunt her growth, so they could continue to care for her as she got older. Let's not argue the issue of cared for versus caregiver. There is no good or bad guy here. It's just you and me, and on dilemmas. Sometimes we just disagree. To be continued. File under drugstore cowboys. Makers of OxyContin pled guilty to misleading the public about the risk of their drug. I'm not a doctor, but a friend who played one in Genital Hospital 69 said manufacturers knew it was highly addictive and pressured doctors to prescribe it. Wouldn't a movie about misleading the public on WMDs, then being held accountable, be box office blame? Think about it. After Israel, Iran is the best example of democracy in the Middle East. They even have internal human and women's rights organizations. Problem is, when the West put pressure on Iran, their leaders put pressure on these groups, and after the way we handled the spread of freedom in Iraq, why are we surprised people don't want our help? Who's for a remake of 1001 Arabian Nights? This makes me go absolutely postal. The USPS raised postage prices again this week. We'll not only pay more for posting, but probably have to buy extra aspirin for headaches caused by determining how the rate change is impacted by the shape of package. Wait a minute, you are kidding? You are paying more, getting less, and must ship by shape? Lick my stamp! We make movies, so we have critics. Acclaim, damnation, dissection, discussion, dismissal and praise all go with the territory. They say we should never yell fire in a crowded theater, but we say you must if it's burning. And no popcorn surprise, it's our promise. Now get your ticket, take a seat and tune in next week. Quiet! The lights are dimming. Trzymajcie się. Shh! I'm Camila and I just gave you the M3 Radio Independent News.